It worked. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're live, and we're trying to be as loud as we can. It is the Sorare deadline shows. We can say, Harry boy, my co-pilot for game week 13. How are you doing?
Doing well, mate. Yeah, lovely to be back with you. I feel like I've missed you this week, and I don't think I've spoken to you enough as I normally do, maybe. But it definitely feels like there's a sort of, I don't know, just a sense of relief that we're chatting again.
Yeah, it's been a funny week because with the midweek being like Europa League, it was, we had the proper bit of midweek action, and but it wasn't quite the same as the week before. I felt like Champions League was like a big proper kind of party, and we do have some breaking news, deadline drama absolutely everywhere. And I've also got set up for when we finish the deadline show today. We've got the latest Zero to Hero on the channel. I've set it as a premiere, so that means anyone who's here just gets dragged straight into that video kind of thing. So hopefully he's going to enjoy that. Should be some good crack as well. We opened some boxes, we've won some cards, we've been scouting some heroes and legends as ever. But me and Harry Boy were talking before coming on live that the deadline drama is happening. There's news coming out all across the Twitter sphere and all across Planet Football. So all you heroes and legends in the live chat, make sure to smash that like button on arrival. And if there is any news dripping through the timeline, make sure we get it into the live chat here as we look to iron out all of our teams, get the team news together, lay out the strategies. Because this weekend feels like it's going to be one of those weekends, Harry, because we did have Europa League and Conference League midweeks. And then next midweek, it is all the UEFA comps. It's Champions League. It's everything. So all the teams this weekend are spinning a few plates. They're juggling a few balls. Who's going to play? Who's going to get rested? Whose minutes are getting managed? It's all going on. I was saying to you, Harry, I brought a super rare in this morning, and I've been deleting and redoing my teams about 5 times over, listening to you and Keith on Sorare Homies. How have you been getting on with building your lineups before coming on today?
I did most of them last night whilst actually watching your lineup building stream, but not live, obviously, because I think we were live at the same time. But I was, whilst my wife was watching some sort of show that I'm not interested in. It's YouTube for me, and I was sort of building my lineups, and I felt not fine, but like I've had a good idea of what I've wanted over the last couple of days. But I just know, like, I'll wake up in the morning, which is obviously today, and the whole like press conference thing, like there's just so much that comes out, like it does just change a lot of things. I was just mentioning to you then, Nice, like the Nice manager just came out and said a few guys are uncertain, sorry, and whatever. So like, it's so like, as much as you want to build on Thursday evening, night, morning, or whatever, like it ain't gonna matter, because you're gonna need to just make some serious adjustments going into Friday, and then never mind, like you said, taking into consideration, man, what's going to happen on like the midweek. Like we like you said, we're going back to back for the Conference and Europa League teams. Not so much for the Champions League teams, but even so, like La Liga had almost a full fixture this midweek. So I don't know. There's going to be some serious curveballs that as much as you want to research and stuff, it's just very hard to just think about happening in some ways.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of decisions to be made. There's going to be a lot of, just sticking to your gut, and, who do you think is actually going to turn up? Who's going to get those minutes? And Carter Vickers has not been pictured in Celtic training today. Alistair Johnson has. And Flindle here in the live chat, Son and Isak are looking to be out. So Premier League forwards, there was only like a list of 5 that are usable for a lot of people, and there's 2 of them out the window, so it's definitely all up for grabs. This is these weekends that favors galleries like ours, I think, where it is like a guy from here, a guy from there, and maybe not too stack heavy, but those kind of tier 1, tier 2 guys that consistently play, and if they get the minutes, if they have a decent fixture, they can score well enough. And if like Bayern are playing Leverkusen and Real are playing Atleti and all this other stuff's happening, maybe there's going to be a few non-regular winners in terms of Sorare managers out there.
100%, mate. Yeah, there is actually an abnormal amount of like sort of derby games this week, isn't there? It feels like, or big games, whatever, the Madrid derby and Leverkusen, Bayern Munich. Like there's quite a few of them, especially in Champ anyway, that I can think of. And we still have another Dutch special, which is pretty fun. I think we've got All-Star. We've got the Hollow special as well. I wasn't lucky enough to get a Hollow, unfortunately. I think I went 50-0. I don't know what your ratio was, Quinny, but I don't think it was as bad as that, was it?
I got like 20 odd, and I only got one special. I've still got like 6 to open. Celtic ones, I haven't got pictures and stuff. I think out of the 6 I've got, maybe only like 2 of them can be opened because of transfers and stuff.
Yeah. So I won't be playing that, but yeah, a lot of people I've seen mention that they're gonna prioritize that because you only need one in holo card. The 4 can be classic if they really want. But yeah, it almost feels like this is the weekend to, like, you want players that don't play in the midweek, basically. I think for the most part to just be on the safer side of rotations and whatever. Like 100%, I think that's where, you know, if there's a 50-50 split between you're playing a guy that does have a midweek fixture and kind of don't, it all depends on the matchup, obviously, but like I think you want to be on the safer side more often than not.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And especially for those bigger divisions, you know, I suffered some relegations last weekend. I don't think I got relegated or promoted in the midweek, but, you know, your top team, this is maybe now where it's like, oh, maybe I can swing. Maybe I can swing for the fences and I'm not going to get crushed, you know. And yeah, Brones, I was chasing you on the leaderboard this midweek. I didn't quite catch you. You got ahead of me. You got a bit beyond me. And yeah, quite unlucky. Any other captain, I'd have got a little midweek podium, but we finished 5th. And 5th, sadly, there's no prizes for in the midweek. So yeah, Girona, 0-0. That was a bit of a gutter. So excited for that team and everything. But at least we didn't get relegated.
Yeah, because I think you played D1, didn't you, in that one as well?
Yeah, so I was just so gutting. Had all the guys starting. They all played 90 minutes. None of my guys get subbed off. So I was watching the whole game, like the whole way. Like somebody connected, somebody come on, man.
Yeah.
You know. And there was a few of them that went wayward, but hey.
Yeah, it was like you played Saganikov, didn't you? But like Captain Saganikov, sorry. And if he gets a decisive, that team obviously probably pops, doesn't it? And maybe a double decisive. But I'm still chasing and hopefully holding on to a little podium in D2.
Nice, mate.
I think Mark Aleli is on my tail with a I think it's a Pohang Steelers player with like 10 minutes to go. But yeah, hopefully this holds. Tier 4. Tier 4.
Double decisive Yari, Captain Rodrigo, Brennan, Formosa Mendy. That's a Harry Trades team if ever I've seen one.
It is. I almost didn't play Rodrigo, but actually it wouldn't have mattered because Yunus Akun, who was actually who I was going to play in there, Agun, sorry, he scored equally as well. I don't think there was like 5 points in it. To be fair though, would have I captained him? Yeah, that's maybe a different decision there. But I'm glad I stuck with Rodrigo because yeah, there was obviously murmurs that he might not play and whatever. Ivankovic, mind you, missed a penalty against Fenerbahce. So this would have almost been another 4-man effort. It wouldn't have got a card. It would have maybe scraped the box. But yeah, other than that, completely blanked in La Liga. I still have Danila Proakin to play, but does that get a box? No, probably not. So
literally never seen that card before in my life.
Who, this guy?
Broken Time.
He was a Zenit kid. Come on, you must remember him.
No, totally new to me. News on Minamino, though, there's news to be watching out for. But this was my midweek team. Sadly, Saganikov on a 43. Any other player except for the goalkeeper as captain, and we would have probably got the points we needed. I've not done all the maths on it. 21 points were outside it. Captain bonus is significant enough that maybe we could have caught that, but well, it is what it is. Anyway, onwards and upwards, Harry boy. This weekend, how are the teams looking, or how are the... Oh, just went away from me. Your screen share isn't working for me now. Oh, there's there.
There it is. I mean, it does feel more contender heavy than usual, I would say, especially 2 out of the top 3 dominating that. It's kind of weird that we don't have any challengers, especially challenger home fixtures, like at the top 3-ish. I know we have Porto there and Benfica not too far outside of that, but like 2 away fixtures in the top 5 is quite unusual. Like I know they're massive teams and they are good fixtures, but that does come with certain worries and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, 2 Chinese teams in the top 8 or 9. It does feel like a weird top 10, 11, 12 there, doesn't it?
Yeah. I especially seen 2 Chinese teams. Normally you'll get one of them kind of creeping in there, depending on who's playing bottom of the table or whatever. But yeah, 2 of them in there. Obviously Twente as well, after getting a famous result against Man United midweek at home to Breda. Benfica at home, Porto at home, like a lot of usual suspects. But yeah, in terms of like as a picture, like yeah, there's no City, there's no Bayern, there's no Real, there is a lot of usual suspects kind of off the in PSV relatively low down. I suppose it is away to Hoodwink's own Willem too. So maybe that's something that's going on there. Dortmund are playing Bochum tonight in a bit of Friday night action, so they make it in there as well. Zagreb have got their manager back from Union Berlin, if I've read reports correctly. So maybe they get back on track. That's a Zagreb derby against the crap Zagreb team, Lokomotiv. Antwerp Beerschot. Liverpool Wolves is a funny one. I think that'll be goals galore. I don't know if it's a good game for SO5 necessarily. Milan Lecce looks good there, doesn't it? And yeah, it's quite open.
Napoli
like
played last night. Yeah, I don't know. Another Chinese team, like that's 3 in the top like 20 basically. Which I mean, I don't know whether we should be that shocked about, but like I don't know. We never normally see that many.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to think though, like PSV are going to be heavily in the Dutch special. 20 the same. I think Feyenoord play away to NEC. So I don't know how far up that is. It probably isn't crazy good, but yeah, there is. They're 62%. So still in the 60s. Like there is obviously, yeah. So this is the end of the 60%. We end on sort of Lorient there. There's got to be 40 fixtures there with a win percentage above 60, which is I think quite usual. Do we have 3 above 80 normally? Ish. It's around that, isn't it? So. But then, you got to think like Shanghai, I know they're great and whatever, and they have a load of smashes in that sort of front 4, barring Oscar, because we don't have cards. Like, you can only play one of them in season, really, across, different matchups and stuff. Same for the other, the guys, I think this is HG and Romelu, isn't it? Yeah. So, like, there's only so much impact those cards are going to have in season. Of course, Classic's a different story for Contender. But yeah, interested to see how it pans out.
Words coming out of the Juve press conference that De Gregorio will DNP and Matty Perrin is in to start, and also no Evander and Puig is some news coming to us as well.
Oh wow, I knew about Evander was suspended. To be fair, that one's like not injury related, but Puig, yeah, that's a.
Of course, yeah, because Laird won Evander. I seen that, and then of course he's suspended. I didn't know that. By the way, great win, Laird. GG's on that.
Yeah, that was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was, and Shoshik's is saying as a Dortmund fan, don't trust them against Bochum. Fair enough. Is that a derby? Am I remembering that properly? I know it's not a derby like how against Schalke, but is Bochum one of those teams that's kind of in the same territory and they kind of rival it up a little bit? He actually named the whole starting 11. As long as Coop Miners is in there, I'm happy.
Oh wow.
YTB, Jeremy, that's a new one on me. I don't know what that means, but cool.
Up the boys, maybe.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be up with it because why, isn't it? What am I on about?
Unless it's a wee typo. Winning Division 3 under 23 Super Rare doesn't feel like much of a prize, but happy with the W. Promotion's great as well. It's kind of a derby. Bochum think it's a derby. Dortmund don't. Love that. Love that. Where will we start, Harry Boy? I think we'll start with the Prem this week because it is wide open, and it is a competition. I know a lot of people have cards for budget stacks, power stacks, and kind of everything in between. We'll probably just run it through from top to bottom. Newcastle at home to City. Now, we do have Isak here. Someone else in the live chat did say that it's a broken toe, so he might get an injection around it. I would not rule that out. If that's an option available to Eddie Howe in Newcastle, I don't think they'll say no to it. I think against Man City, if you can get Isak onto the pitch. Newcastle don't have midweek action, so there's maybe something to be done there. But this is how it looks to be at the moment. Trippier over Livramento catches my eye. Tonali, Willock, Bruno Guimaraes, front 3 looks decent. This is a game that, City drawn with Arsenal last week. It felt more like a point gained for City rather than, almost like a loss for Arsenal. So this will be a tough one going away from them with no Rodri, no De Bruyne. We're seeing the return of Gundogan and Silva back in the engine room or the attacking front. Rico Lewis is maybe going to deputise for Rodri. This is quite an open game.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to, if you're Newcastle at home, you've got to fancy yourselves with, with the players you just mentioned being out, but like they're still replacing them with quality, man, aren't they? I know Rodri's like almost irreplaceable. Like De Bruyne, you could argue, I know he's unbelievable, but like Silva, Gundogan. Like they're not the downgrade doesn't really like it doesn't. It's not that incredible, but like I don't know, like they've still got such quality. I don't think Newcastle pose much of a threat personally right now. Like in their form, let's be real. Like, are they really offering much to where? Like if Newcastle had been on a nice little run, like Isak, Gordon scoring goals, like I'd be like fair enough. But I struggle to see how they're just scoring goals right now. Never mind against City.
Yeah, fair. I just think at home, you know what I mean, in these types of big matches,
sure. Yeah.
St James's Park kind of comes alive a little bit. But yeah, like Trippier in for Livramento, Kelly in for Hall. Maybe they've got a little bit of weakness in the back there where, like, I'm just not a big Grealish fan, to be honest with you, especially at City. I just feels like he's getting worse and worse as like an attacking winger. And then without the De Bruynes and the Rodris to like boss the centre. I know Bernie and Ilke will, and Kovacic and Lewis, they'll be able to walk into the shadows and creep over people's blind spots and they'll be able to quick carve a team open or whatever. But Bruno, Tonali, like I'd probably say Newcastle have the muscle in midfield.
I mean, yeah, I can't really disagree with you. Like there's a bit of everything in Newcastle's midfield. Not to say there's not in City's. I just worry like, can City actually can Newcastle get the ball off them is the issue.
Fair. Yeah.
That's what I just think they might tire him out early. And, Haaland's just he's just ridiculous, isn't he? Like you give him, is Shaw down to start? I can't remember if I saw him on that.
Yeah.
Like there's not much legs in that back four. I do really worry about that part of things. Midfield, yeah, they'll definitely match him in midfield. I can't disagree with that, but Newcastle's defense, man, looks slow, really slow.
So yeah, maybe Arsenal get some points back on City this weekend if Newcastle were to do something, but maybe it'll just be copy and paste for City as they do against the rest of the league. And speaking of Arsenal, they are at home to Leicester. This should be a game that Arsenal are grabbing with both hands here. Go and get a good score line up, get the confidence back into the changing room, back into the team, ahead of some midweek action and everything else around side that. Looking at this team here, it's great to see Calafiore is breaking into the starting 11. Timber's coming in at right back over White. Partey is still keeping that midfield spot alongside Rice. And this seems to be maybe the solution to the no Odegaard. Go with Trossard and Havertz in the attacking spots. It still looks very attacking, like if you think about how Arsenal actually shape up.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's still a good Arsenal side, but like City, like they are just falling victim to just serious injuries to big players, which you can't really replace Odegaard. I know Ethan Narauri or whatever his name is, he scored 2 midweek, and he's like the closest thing they probably have to Odegaard. So whether he comes in, obviously he's not going to play over Rice, but at some point maybe at 60th minute or something. I mean, like what Jack says there, like Arsenal stacks could fall victim to Raya playing or not. Like that is the big one, isn't it? Like if I'm picking players out of there, obviously I want Saka, but outside of that, for like SO5 purposes, you want the defensive stack, really, don't you, Quinny? And if Raya's not in that, there could be problems.
Yeah, that could be a nice week. We've got a similar thing with Bayern and Neuer also as well, so we'll come to that when we do. But yeah, great catch on that one. I almost forgot all about the Raya thing, because all the patter, like I listened to the overlap, not every day, but most of the time. And all the chat is about Raya going down with cramp every game to like buy time and get the rest of the team over to the bench to get tactics from Arteta and all the rest of it. So it's hard to take some of these injuries seriously for him. This is the Leicester side they're going to be up against. Again, it's skipping Winks in midfield, this back four. And yeah, maybe they can get a goal if Arsenal open up. But really, I think if this is the back four for Arsenal, like we could see like vintage defensive performances from Arsenal this season, like clean sheets and dominating possession, etc. So I really think that if you can crack the Arsenal team, this could be one of the best fixtures, probably the best fixture in the Premier League, but it could be one of the best fixtures in Champion Euro if it goes the way it should.
Yeah, completely agree.
We then get Brentford against West Ham. Brentford are one of the teams that I'm kind of less high on this season. I think they're probably going to struggle as the season goes on, but let's see how it shakes out. They've been not half bad so far. Bit of a change of shape as well. 4-3-3 here with no Wissa. And the team are trying to find some different solutions to, getting some goals and all the rest of it. And they're at home to West Ham United, who, like, had a great transfer window and they've kind of almost flattered to deceive. They've not really like got totally going the way I think West Ham fans and neutrals would have suspected or hoped they might have. Mikel Antonio's still starting. The team hasn't changed really for the last few weeks.
No, I mean, I saw Bowen's. I haven't watched West Ham this season, I'll be honest, but I saw Bowen's post-match interview. Sorry, who did they play on the weekend? They got battered 3. Oh, Chelsea early kickoff. And he just looked deflated. Like he just said, like we're in a bad place right now. Like we can't, can't win for toffee. Not even scoring goals at home, like against Chelsea, arch rivals and whatever. I do worry for West Ham. And I don't know whether it's down to the players. Like I think it could be a Lopetegui thing, which I think you mentioned on your channel as well. And it's just Moyes 2.0 really in some ways. Maybe maybe doesn't suit him more so than Moyes sort of did, because at the end of the day, Moyes got success, as much as it might not have been pretty for fans and whatever. And man, I don't know. I really worry because, like on paper, that is a better team than Brentford. Let's be completely real, man for man, way better, yeah, unbelievably better. But it would not surprise me if Brentford go and win this 2-0. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
like at home and Buemo, like I know they've not got Wisa, but Carvalho, I really, really worry for West Ham. They need a big result somewhere, and does it come Brentford away? Honestly, I'm really unsure.
Yeah, Martin, can you ask me that question again? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. But yeah, no idea how we're struggling for goals. This is West Ham. I really don't get it either, and it's one of these things we joked about it coming into the season, but Mikel Antonio just cannot be taken out the squad by. It doesn't matter who the manager is. It doesn't matter who and like Mikel Antonio is never going. And maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but he's never going to be a guy that breaks 20 goals a season. I don't think he's ever has. And he's
been close, hasn't he? He's done like 15s, I think. But yeah. He's just not that guy, is he? Unfortunately, but.
And speaking of Chelsea, they're at home to Brighton. This is kind of like the Chelsea derby because Chelsea just steal everything off Brighton, don't they?
Amazing.
So this Chelsea team, but look at that lineup. That looks sick on paper.
4 back 5 of Brighton boys.
Oh wow, of course, yeah.
I mean, okay, 3-3-3. Sorry, not Fofana. My bad. 3 out of the back 5. Colwill obviously was on loan, wasn't he? But yeah, just mad to see. Obviously, Caicedo. Yeah, so if you want to include him in the back 6, we got 4 out of 6. But yeah, Chelsea look good, man. Chelsea look really good. To go and turn West Ham over 3-0, I know they're not being great like we've just mentioned, but they look dynamic, man. Jackson's looking like a player. Like he's scoring good SO5 points. Cole Palmer's kind of just going under the radar, still sort of chipping in with things. And Kunku's looked really, really good. Sancho's just done what he did, with Dortmund, last season and Champions League run and stuff. Like he just looks that type of player. Like he just needed to get out of United, and Caicedo's looking good. Chelsea, again, another one, kudos to you. You mentioned the Chelsea collection for sort of long term, but I think right now there's merit in having some sort of Chelsea stack or exposure.
Yeah, because like looking at Sancho and Kunku and Palmer, like that is undoubtedly like Champions League level, top 3, top 4 Premier League level world class players. Really, I don't know Sancho. 100%. Maybe he's not been world class for a wee while, but we know he's got that in him. And Kunku, anyone who's been on this channel knows what I'm a big fan of him. And we all seen what Palmer did last season. So if they can crack the rest of it, like Enzo and Caicedo really gelling together, get Jackson firing, like you said, like they've got kind of everything really all of a sudden,
They really do.
Except for a goalkeeper out of the 7 that they pay money to. So. And then this is the Brighton team. Weaver is into play. Hinshelwood, who played left back earlier this season, surprises me to see that he will be in the centre mid. Estupin coming back
anywhere,
in.
To be fair, sorry.
Can he?
Yeah, he's a bit of a utility, like left back, right back, CDM, similar to like Rico Lewis.
Okay,
quite similar. Yeah.
Danny Welbeck living his best life. Matoma, Adringa, Rutter. This is a fun Brighton team as well, but it does feel like level below Chelsea in terms of individual caliber.
100%, yeah, 100%. It's just like an older, less expensive, less flary version, which sometimes can definitely work in their favor. But yeah, I love Brighton. Like I've got quite a few Brighton players and whatever, but Chelsea at home, I do worry for Brighton here. I really, really do. because if Chelsea do what they did to West Ham, this could be a couple, which wouldn't be good for Brighton boys. And I mean, defensively they look fine, I think, Brighton, but I don't know, like Adringa and Matoma, like I rate them as players, Ruta, but I don't think they've just not got that goal scoring sort of decisiveness as much as like a Palmer and Kunku Sancho has. Never mind Jackson, who's been on fire. Okay, Welbeck's probably been the best out of the four, if we're talking like actual contributions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I worry for Brighton here. I think Chelsea comfortably beat them.
Arteta says Mikel Merino will be back soon. That'll help them massively. And then Martin's talking about the channel membership. So if you want to become a channel member, it's £4 a month, £1 a week to get your season ticket, which gets you all the perks and stuff. So if you're on the wrong one, you just need to cancel it and then join again. You can't like just upgrade. I don't think whenever people have had that problem, they've had to cancel and then go it again. So if that's the problem you've got, buddy, that's what to do. Is that need, I suppose, Evan Ferguson to take that spot from Welbeck? I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. But yeah, hopefully it does. Everton Palace feels very different to every other game we've just looked at. This feels like it could be a bit of a game to avoid. Dwight McNeil, of course, living his best life. Jesper Lindstrom coming into the squad now, finally. I don't know, maybe Everton actually could pack a punch. You know, they've not been as defensively solid as we remember them from last year. So, you know, if they could sort that out, they might do a little bit better. And they're playing a Crystal Palace team that I was very high on coming into this season, but they've just not really shown any sort of form that they did last year. The starting 11 looks pretty tasty. This is quite an even kind of game. This is a game where you take individuals maybe rather than a stack, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you do have an Everton stack, I don't think I'd be scared to play at home, definitely. You know, Captain Dwight McNeil, obviously, living his best life, like you said. And, you know, it wouldn't shock me if Everton won that 1-0. Like, you know, and Tarkowski scores pretty well. Pickford does his job. Garner looks to be back, which is a big addition. And yeah, who'd you take out of McNeil and Dye and DLC? Because they're all forwards, obviously, I think. So yeah, obviously you can go double forward, I guess. But McNeil's the man, isn't he, in that position? Centrally, he's just perfect.
Yeah. He's been rinsing it. So yeah, McNeil, maybe Pickford, one or two others individual. And I think for Palace, like, it's really just kind of easy, isn't it? Maybe if one of the defenders is mad busy, if you get lucky with the right pick, maybe there could be something there, as well as any goals that might go that way. Forest, Fulham, two teams that are kind of holding a similar standing. They've got interesting players and they're kind of, you know, mid-ish table. And it's just about how well they actually do over the season. The Forest team, I don't think it's really changed too much. We do have Elliot Anderson starting, which hasn't been regular this season. I forget who else has been in here. Or Morgan Gibbs-White, of course, who is not in this one. Is he suspended?
He's suspended, yeah. He got red carded last game.
Yeah. So, yeah, decent team. Should look to do okay against Fulham, who, yeah, they've been pretty consistent with this lineup, I think, for a fair while.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with Emile Smith-Rowe's contributions and Iwobi, and Fulham are sneaky. Fulham are really sneaky. I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham go and get a result here, because Forest are missing a few players. Like Nico hasn't been starting recently. Gibbs White's out. Yates comes in. Like Anderson's been playing like CDM, like in that type of formation. They're missing a few players, so it wouldn't surprise me if Fulham nick a little win there. Yeah, Graham's right.
Who is underrated? Who's that he's talking about? McNeil.
Yeah.
McSteel. I like that one. And Alisson confirmed to play, by the way, in the chat as well. So if you've got the Alissons, you can bench your Kelleher's and get Big Ali out. And speaking of that, here's the Liverpool team. Alisson now 70% on to play. The back four really picks itself. The midfield the same. And then, yeah, I think Liverpool is copy-paste at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not a bad team to be like playing, you know, or having cards of, because you can kind of, quite easily, barring the Jota one. I think Jota was the one that caught a lot of people out last week because he didn't even get off the bench, which was a bit of a shock, I think. Maybe it wasn't a shock to not start, but yeah, definitely gives food for thought, because Nunes scored a really good goal, didn't he, as well? So
yeah, and they're away to Wolves. So again, I'm always quite optimistic about, and when they're at home, I think like if they can get a result, it's maybe going to be there. I don't think they get a result against Liverpool, but I do think this is a game where Wales have got goals in them. I think, you know, this midfield is very powerful. Gomez, Andre, and Lamina, like powerful in terms of like in every sense of the word. But they do have an injury to is it Totti? So Santiago Bueno's going to come into defence. which is a bit of a change. Sam Johnson's in goals over Jose Sa. I don't see Wolves in a month of Sundays keeping a clean sheet. I would be worried they concede 3 in this one, to be quite honest. But I just think like the likes of Cunha, Larson, that midfield, like they'll get chances. They'll probably get a goal. I think it's maybe like a 3-1 Liverpool, something like that.
Yeah, that got fancy Liverpool there, haven't you? Really?
Yeah. And then we've got Ipswich at home to the Villa. And depending on how this goes, we'll look at Villa in a second. There might be a lot of rotation here, but this is a game that, on the face of it, when you look at the fixtures, you think, oh, Villa, this could be great for them. But Ipswich have definitely not been pushovers. The team's been quite consistent. It's on the screen for you guys now.
Yeah, it's been fine, hasn't it? We still haven't seen him like ignite properly. You know, I haven't seen that game where I'm like, oh wow, yeah, these are serious. I know they have given us glimpses and scored in games you might not think they would have, but Villa are just relentless. They really, really are.
Looks to be rotation at a minimum. McGinn's out injured, which, you know, McGinn's great and I love him and all that, but I think like Ramsey gives you a bit more, you know, he covers ground a bit quicker. He's a wee bit nippier.
Dynamism, isn't he? Yeah.
That's exactly the word, yeah. Tielemans and Onana are just like stuck to the hip now. That's a partnership I think that will be really difficult to break up in that team until Wee Boobs comes back. And even when he does, like that will be hard to open up. And then, yeah, Bailey, Rogers, Watkins in attack. Back four kind of throws itself together at this stage. The right back is still an area where you're kind of rotating. But yeah, this is like a pretty tidy Villa team as well. So
yeah, this feels like a game where like Martinez gets like 15 AA and probably gets the clean sheet.
I think there's a lot of AA to be had here, and like the likes of the Onana, Tielemans, Ramsey, Emi Martinez. I think this is a dual game. This is a lot of turnover of play. I don't know if we'll see many set pieces and that kind of stuff, you know, but like I do think this will be like dual City, you know.
100%. And they're, like you said, Villa are very powerful. So.
And then we've got the Europa League boys. We've got Man United versus Tottenham. The Man United team looks, by the way, every time I look at them, like, yeah, it actually looks like a pretty solid outfit again. Rashford is in. Rashford didn't play last weekend, and there was some suspicions over why that was. I heard Paul Scholes saying he's been up to no good, hasn't he? Because
is that what he said?
It's on the overlap, and he was just throwing it out there. He's like, he's actually been scoring and playing well, and then he just gets bombed out of nowhere. So, you know, he was suspicious that something's going on there. But anyway, he looks to be brought back in for this one. Garnacho comes in, and it's really the midfield for me. I think when you look at Ugarte, Mainu, and Bruno, across those three guys, you've got the three kind of key archetypes of what you want in modern football. You know, your hatchet and Ugarte, your progressor and Mainu, and then your creator and Bruno. So, like, the more they play together, the better Man United will be. Although I do think Rashford, Xerxes, and Garnacho are not got tons of decisives in them.
Feels a bit raw, doesn't it? Like from a clinical standpoint. I know we've seen bits of Xerxes. I think Rashford, didn't he do well in the midweek? I'm pretty sure Rashford went off a little bit in the midweek. Someone might be able to correct me, but I'm pretty sure he had a decisive or two. I mean, whatever that means. But I mean, yeah, from a defensive standpoint, I would be backing like United to get good AA in this game. Do they keep a clean sheet though against Tottenham? If Son's not playing, that's a massive miss. I know he might be down here, but I don't know when this was updated.
Yeah, I think this. Oh, tell us over here. Sorry, Tottenham was updated 15 hours ago. So yeah, Son went off in Europa League game. Didn't look serious, but have a lower chance of starting. More for the press conference, which we've probably got by now. So yeah. Oh, it could be Timo time. Could be Timo time. Another headache for me. Timo against Man United. Doesn't that feel like a pick for me?
If you don't play him, that is a disgrace. You can't say anything negative about United ever again. That's the deal.
Bentancur's back in. Kulusevski and Maddison. I mentioned this last week, I'm sure, but I really like that midfield on paper. You know, very attacking. You know, you get a good bit of strength out of Kulusevski, a good bit of guile out of Maddison. And Big Dom is definitely coming into a bit of form now. So this is probably going to be one of the games to watch of the weekend, I think, like for the neutral. So it's definitely not going to be boring. And Tottenham, Man United, like Man United are the team that coined the "it's Tottenham" chat, you know, like for not losing games or for teams you should be beating, like it's Tottenham. So there's always a bit of spice between these two, it feels like, you know, certainly from the fans. And Postecoglou's definitely got a point to prove. Ten Hag is on the ropes after not beating Twente. So yeah, this feels like the game to, if you're going to watch one Premier League game for drama and stuff like that, I'd probably say that's the one to go for on Sunday at 4:30 UK time. And then Monday Night Football, we've got Bournemouth against Southampton. Bournemouth team coming from strength to strength. It looks pretty good here. It's not amazing, but this is kind of good as Bournemouth's team's ever looked, really. Your boy Housen isn't quite making it for this one, Harry boy, it looks like.
Tier 2. Can't even get in the Bournemouth side.
Yeah. But yeah, so they look half not bad. And this is a game against Southampton. It's a bit of a derby and all the rest of it. But if Bournemouth are thinking about points and how they're going to finish up the table, they should be looking at this as a game that they win. Equally, Southampton will be doing the same, but you like to think. And the boy you were kind of bringing to attention in the last week or two, and I've seen him kind of go semi-viral across the timeline in that time as well. The wee boy Diblin, Monday night on the telly under the floodlights. Like, it feels like a game a guy like that lifts his game for, doesn't it?
100%. He took his goal so well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Lallana fizzed that one into him, and his first touch with his weak foot was just like, he literally put it perfectly, like to where he could just slide with his left. And yeah, he looks serious. Like, he is that bit of magic the Southampton are gonna need. Like, if you're in a relegation fight, which we can probably assume they are gonna be in, they need somebody that can just do a bit like Diaz is. Brereton Diaz isn't really that guy. Do they have another guy really that can, just make something out of nothing? Lallana maybe off the bench, obviously Diblin. And yeah, if they didn't have him, I'd be really worried in this game because, Bournemouth are no mugs. Like, we've seen them turn over a few teams already this season. So this is a game that Southampton are going to obviously want to try and get a result in. But Jesus, man, Bournemouth are dangerous, really dangerous.
The thing with Bournemouth is they're so well organised. Like, Russell Martin wants to play this expansive football and all the rest of it, but that Iraola ball is like, it's kind of similar, but it's very much La Liga based, where it's like no messing about, be tight to your man, don't lose your jewels, take your chances when they come. I actually thought when I looked at this game for lineup building and stuff like that, this could be a great game for Sugawara and Harwood Bellis. Like, as far as this could be one of the games they get their best scores of the season in. Should have more possession than typical, and maybe they don't concede 3, so
you'd have to think so when you surely. Wow.
Bit of a derby, say Monday night. So that's the Prem. Wide open, I think we can say, leaving that. Maybe Arsenal, but the goalkeeper thing's a bit funky. No Odegaard, and the forward situation of Arsenal's always a bit SO5-wise, a bit spotty. So yeah, wide open here on a lot of different angles. Definitely. What should we look at next, Harry boy? You're going to say something about Chelsea there, maybe?
I was just going to say, yeah, I'd just say Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal, isn't it? Really, are the three that stand out for the most part. Yeah, he has, Mikey, hasn't he? He's done really well. I know he's a good player, Dave. He's just not going to play, is he? Is the issue. So
yeah,
it's just a tough one, really tough one.
I think I said to you when you won it, I was messaging you afterwards. I think he gets into the team eventually, but it's not. He's not going to play every game. You maybe get a run.
I need instant impact, don't I? A tier 2, and
yeah, I think I agreed.
That's the issue, isn't it? But
we'll run through La Liga. So the first game we've got, we'll just put the teams on screen. This is Valladolid at home to Mallorca. Karl Hein, by the way, I had somebody playing Valladolid last week, and I was like, oh, brilliant! This is going to be goal fest. I was a striker. I can't remember who it was, and I watched the game. Was it Sociedad? And that Karl Hein, by the way, he's a decent keeper. Like, he is legit decent, So anyway, there's that team. They're playing Mallorca. Mallorca team is on screen for you now. If any are after these guys. We've then got Getafe at home to Deportivo Alaves. We've got Borja Mayoral back in the team. Aaron Barry back in the team. Nothing else to really write home about otherwise. Here's the Deportivo Alaves team. They've got Joan Jordan back in midfield. Love to see that. Stoichkov DNP'd midweek. He should start this one. Not really much else to say. Rayo Vallecano. Every time I look on this, Harry, I'm waiting to see James Rodriguez starting.
Yeah.
Will he start this weekend? He will.
I saw his super rare went, I think, on auction not too long ago, a couple of days ago. His first. I don't know whether it was his first, but
yeah, the auction started coming out the other day, or recently enough. I was eyeing them up as well for La Liga, just as a wee James. And then I thought, if I do get a James, which I would love to do, it means I'd probably want to change my Falcao from being a Galatasaray Falcao to a Rayo, because he played for Rayo for a minute as well. So that would be quite a cool little pair, you know.
That'd be cute. Yeah, it'd be
yeah,
sick.
it'd be cute.
Cute in a nice way.
Sure. And like I said before, this Moomin, by the way, is a proper centre back. And again, I was watching Rio the other day. I forget who they were playing now. Maybe, I don't know, some team I've got cards for anyway. And Lejeune was the bane of my life, by the way. He was clearing everything. It may have been, I think it was Girona the other night, in fact.
Yeah, it was 0-0. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Lejeune was on it. Moomin is a great little defender, by the way. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. And this De Frutos, by the way, he was basically in at right back for the game, and nobody got by him. I know he's an attacker here, but I'd like to see what his dual stats were, because nobody got by him at all. And then we've got Leganés, who they're playing. Star up front here, Sebastian Haller. They've got someone else decent in their team, but he's not in the starting lineup, so I forget who it is. But yeah, there's Rayo versus Leganés. We think it's Sociedad against Valencia, which is a tough La Liga game, but Valencia are close to bottom of the table. Sociedad played last night, I think it was, Thursday night for them. We had the return of Brais Mendes. Was it Wednesday, maybe? What night was it? I think it was Wednesday, in fact. And there's lots of rotations expected here. They think Sucic is going to come in ahead of Brais Mendes. They think Oscarson's going to come back in. Baranachea could retain his spot. Taki Kubo comes back in after not playing midweek. So it's really hard team to predict at the moment. There is so many good squad options, and the guy Imanol really does like to rotate. So I've got really no idea how they're going to shake out. I find it hard to believe Brais doesn't start this, because Sociedad need points in the league. And the quote I seen from the manager was that Brais wanted to play last weekend, and the manager said, nah, didn't even put him in the squad, started him midweek. I don't think he got the 90 minutes. So I think, you don't play him last weekend because you need him, and I think now that he's back, you've got him. So I'd be surprised if Brais doesn't start this one. I bought an Oscarson to play him this weekend, but he's not actually made my teams. I don't know if he's going to start.
Didn't you have him in? I watched your stream yesterday. You had him in, didn't you?
I think I had him in. Yeah. I did have him in, yeah. But as we'll come on to another La Liga team, somebody else is confirmed to start that I've got, and I'll just go with safety on this one. So this is the Valencia team that Sociedad will play against. A bit more predictable. Javi Guerra and Diego Lopez, both of the kind of Star Academy graduates who broke into the team last season, are back in the team. Pepelu, of course, everyone's favourite set-piece merchant. Hugo Duro's back up front as well. So this will be a tough game. Hard to predict the teams as well as the result. Osasuna at home to Barca. Zaragoza, Aymar, Boyamo, Herrera. The key players are all there. Budimir in attack. And they're playing Barca, who, again, like that left mid position, or however you want to think of it, the kind of combination of how they're going to sort out not having Olmo and, not having, a complete choice of players there. Still kind of up in the air at the moment. Is it Fati? Is it going to be Ferran? Are they going to... is that Eric Garcia? And then maybe they juggle some people around or something. I don't know. But the main guys, they're going to play. But Inaki Peña still want to play this. No Szczesny yet. So watch out for Szczesny's arrival. Barca should win this.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I think as Pedri got rotated out like this midweek. There's murmurs of Yamal, he's played a lot of games. Does he come out this game now that they have another, Champions League midweek? I definitely think we see a weakened Barca team, but also sooner a honking. So, I worry for him, regardless of how sort of weak Barcelona go.
I wouldn't say Osasuna are honking, especially at home. Like they're definitely not a good team, but they don't get bent over.
They lost 3-1 to Vallecano.
Aye, but okay, fair enough. You're making me eat my words there on that one.
I'll be honest, I only know that because I have a Vallecano card and he scored 100 in that game. So I was like, hang on a minute.
Rayo are doing good this year. Rayo must be top 7 or something. I've not looked at the table for Rayo specifically, but
it must be
they've had a good start to the season before James even comes into the fold. Let me go have a wee peek. Rayo are... Osasuna are 7th, Rayo are 9th at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they've had a few good wins. Osasuna beat Celta Vigo. I mean, Las Palmas aren't good. Yeah, maybe it won't be as crazy as... It's definitely not going to be a cricket score, is it? But you'd have to fancy Barca to turn them over, 2-0-ish?
Yeah, I'm with you there. And then we've got Celtic Vigo, as it says here. Let's say Celta Vigo at home to Girona. The Celta Vigo team is on screen. Carl Starfelt getting man of the match against Barca. Was it Barca Celta Vigo were playing? I think it was. But he got man of the match. So good to see Big Carl getting his props in La Liga. We've got Aspas 50% on for this one. We've got Borja Iglesias on to play over Devicus. Celta have been doing pretty well this season so far also. They're playing Girona, who are... I've said it already that I thought Girona were going to really struggle this year compared to last year. And honestly, like, the manager for me is just... like, he's just very one-dimensional in the sense of, like, I think he relies upon the talent of the players to win stuff rather than some ingenious formational changes or in-game tactics and all the rest of it. But they look to start Danjuma and Brian Heel on this one, and Abel Ruiz. I'm not playing my Yangel Herrera. I do worry that he played 90 minutes midweek. I think Romeo could come into this one very easily. And then you see Yangel return for midweek action. Blind is going to get rested for this one by all accounts for Krajewski. So some of those defensive stacks that have been built with Blind and Gutierrez or Blind and David Lopez are maybe be broken up. Not a great game, all the same away from home on paper for SO5, but yeah, Girona Celta, there you go. Athletic Bilbao playing Sevilla. This is the Bilbao team on screen at the moment. Still no Unai Simon, of course. Both the Williams brothers, Sanche is in there. Guru Zeretara, that's how you say it, an attack. Sevilla, Pique Sanchez getting a start. Iheanacho's broke into the team. Otherwise, not really much else to write home about.
Not really, no. Duke's been pretty good, though, hasn't he? Chidero Duke, he's been okay, yeah.
He looks really good when I've seen him, by the way, like proper.
Yeah, he's sharp. He's been everywhere, by the way. He's had a career. From an SO5. He's been everywhere. Russia, Bundesliga. He was at Antwerp last year.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, randomly.
Torres is injured. Was that Ferran, maybe? I don't remember another Torres mention we've had. So that's fine. We're waiting on Pau Lopez getting his chance for sure. And then this is the Real Betis team we've got here. So Rui Silva, Ricky Rodriguez. Like, the defense is really good. I really like the defense. Roca looks to get rotated for Johnny Cardoso, or Joao Cardoso, as he's been named here. He's done the Ben Brereton Diaz, where he's made his name more exotic, hasn't he? To try and get that transfer. It's not Johnny.
He's American, would you like?
Yeah, unless you call him Johnny, but now we're calling him Joao.
Yeah. Is Joao Johnny in Spanish, or is that just...
I thought it was Joe, but maybe that is John.
Yeah.
Lo Celso has been killing it. Altamira is a good player. It's not always that spiky. Asan Diao looks to be playing up front. Abde in support. Pablo Fornal's living his best life. And the green and white. If you're wearing green and white, it's always a good team, isn't it? But Betis should do good in this one. I say really strong defence. I think in La Liga, if you've got a strong defence and then the playmakers like Lo Celso and Fornals, and you've got pace and guys that can dribble like Abde and Diao, like you're going to be dangerous against every team in La Liga, even the big ones. But it's just then about how little you concede and can you take your chances. So they look good. And at home to this Espanyol team, which, like, this looks to me, this isn't going to be 3-4-3. This is going to be 5-4-1 out of possession, so could suit them.
Yeah, maybe. They might stifle them for a bit, but I feel like Betis got too much quality, haven't they, with Lo Celso and stuff, like you said, Fornals. They've got a lot of players that can unlock doors, and I can't see Espanyol doing too much there. And
then we have the Madrid derby. So the Athletic team's been well built over the summer. Conor Gallagher has hit the ground running. Alvarez is kind of now getting up to speed. And then when you mix in RDP and Griezmann, like, this Athletic team will definitely come into the derby thinking, we're going to get something out of this, or we can get something out of it. All Black is chasing down a La Liga clean sheet record. He's now broke into the top 5 clean sheet holding goalkeepers of all time, or whatever.
Wow.
So he's finally getting his act together, which is great for all of us that hold him. But against Real Madrid, I don't know if we're going to get a clean sheet. No Mbappe. I think Real Madrid play better in this game than what we've seen so far with no Mbappe. They go back to being the Madrid of last season in terms of the shape. I know this is listed as 4-4-2, but Bellingham's going to do that false 9 box-to-box midfielder job, isn't he? With Modric, Valverde and Tchouameni being that 3 across the middle, I think.
Yeah, it's a 4-1-2-2, isn't it, basically? Yeah, Bellingham sort of in the 10/ wherever you want to call it, and then Vinny and Rodrigo just as like 2 sort of powerful 9s that powerful, but definitely direct. And yeah, they'll pose a serious threat to that. Atletico's, if they're in transition, that's where Madrid are going to score goals, isn't it? It's when, Atletico have had a bit of possession at home and then they just go boom, and then Bellingham's go in and Vinny's go in and Valverde's fly in, and yeah, that could be an interesting game. Atletico want to really, you'd like to think, dominate possession. I know that's maybe not an Atletico thing, but at home, I wouldn't be surprised if Madrid are quite happy to just stay in a low block or even a mid block for a bit and just really counter with the pace they've got with those two up front, with Bellingham in behind.
Yeah, it's probably their best route to go rather than them dominate the ball and try and, because Atleti, like, if they bank in, like, this is like, it'll be like Arsenal against City,
10 at the back.
So, I although they've got the talent to open the door, like, they're just not going to commit the numbers to fill those spaces, so it's probably the way Madrid want the game to go. And then the last La Liga game we've got is Villarreal at home to Las Palmas, and this is why I've dropped Oscarson, because Nicolas Pepe is on to start this one. Highly, and I think when we looked at the matchups tab, Villarreal were up there. This should be a game that they do pretty well in. And the team isn't great, but Baena is handy. Parejo is on to start. Perez, Charlie Dunbar was telling me, one of the best forwards on the platform right now.
Wow.
And obviously my boy Pepe coming in for a start. As a Las Palmas stack holder, watch out for the Villarreal stacks this week.
Yeah, I can attest to that as well, looking for food, because revenge game for Sergi Cardona if he does start, ex Las Palmas defender.
Yeah,
don't be surprised if he pops up with a goal or two.
Guess a wee cheeky assist or something.
Yeah,
all about that. There's a few shouts saying Brace will be on the bench. I don't see it. I think they need the points too badly. But let's see how it goes. I think that'll take us on to the Bundesliga, and then we'll try and rattle through the remainder of Champion Euro. And we'll get to the other regions and stuff. So Friday night football, we've got Borussia Dortmund at home to Bochum. This looks to be the Dortmund team. I've seen some reports that Ryerson and Ben Sebaini were out with a cold, but the quote when I went and fully looked at it was that they were struggling with illness and are now back in the training setup. They are now available. So Ryerson and Ben Sebaini, if you have them both, I was close to playing Kuto. I think they're dodgy, all of them. So I'm not playing Kuto. I'm just not going to do it. And if you do have Ben Sebaini and Ryerson, maybe proceed with caution. But the rest of the team probably throws itself together pretty easily. Dortmund play Friday night and then they play Celtic next week. So Bundesliga giving them that Friday night game, so they've got the extra day of rest. I don't think there's much reason to rotate beyond like anything that's unavoidable, for them. So strong team.
Yeah, really strong. It's probably the standout, isn't it?
And then Bochum, who think this is a derby, and are there to show Dortmund. They're there to show Dortmund it's a derby. We've got Medic in, who he's a bit of a player in his day. Sissoko, bit of a boss in midfield if he wants to be. Boadu, we know has potential to put the ball in the net. But it's Bochum.
I didn't know Miyoshi's gone there from Birmingham. He was last season in the Championship. That's a weird move, but fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely feels like the stellar fixture, doesn't it?
It feels like it should be a good one. Friday night, but might be where the curse shows up on.
Oh, definitely.
After it coming in for Nice last week, maybe against Dortmund.
The old 8-0 curse.
And then we've got Gladbach at home to Union Berlin. Here is the Gladbach team. Not much I really want to say on them, to be honest with you. So yeah, there they are. Union Berlin. Again, the same. Not really much jumps out at me here.
No. I think this is a fun one though.
Freiburg St. Pauli.
Just with have you seen Griffo's form? I think you do, because I remember you had him in the lineup builder last night, didn't you, with someone? You were building lineups for somebody, but yeah, him, Doan. There's some serious SO5 potential in this game, I think.
I think so too. The only thing I would say to that is I thought St. Pauli were going to get rinsed off of Leipzig last week, and it was 0-0. The Seals brought in 100 or something. So
really
that makes me a wee bit but yeah, Freiburg, Grifo, these things should happen. The St. Pauli team doesn't have much to really write home about in terms of trying to win this game. But yeah, maybe they just bank up, make it tight, try and keep it low scoring.
Yeah. Mine's at home. That could be quite tasty.
Noah Miri.
He's suspended, isn't he? He got red carded.
Is he? I did not know that.
Last
Mercedes
game.
Jens.
Or 2 yellows, sorry. He's flying, isn't he? I saw that on your lineup stream as your build as well. Yeah, he's living up to the brand, isn't he? Big time. Sano. Bergstadt's been doing really well as well.
Harry, give me a minute, son.
Yeah, all good.
Didn't mean to call you son, sorry. Talking to the kids, sorry, they're off school today. Give me 1 second.
All good, man. Yeah, mind you though, Heidenheim are pretty decent. I get Predictorfy up myself. What have we got going on there, lads? We have. Did we do mines? Yeah, we did briefly do mines, but Heidenheim is a Paul Warner show. He's been the boy, hasn't he, this season? On loan from Bayern Munich. I think that, mind you, I said the Dortmund one. I kind of forgot that Leipzig are playing at home to Augsburg, which I think's maybe better. Genuinely, Xavi Simons, Openda, Sesko. There could be so many goals in this. I'm only saying this from a place of owning Labrovic, and he's been the bane of my life so far in the Bundesliga. So, yeah, I really worry for Augsburg here, big time.
We're on to Augsburg.
Yeah, I was saying Leipzig fixture I think's maybe better than the Dortmund one.
It could be, yeah. Augsburg, I thought they were going to get stuffed the other week, and then they actually ended up not doing too bad. I think they actually battered somebody recently. But, yeah, they should get stuffed here, you'd think.
He's been conceding literally 3 goals every game, Labrovic. Has been killing me. Absolutely killing me.
What was the good result they did? I'm sure they got one good result.
Yeah, they beat somebody, but they still conceded like 2 or 3. But yeah, you're right. They did beat somebody, 100%. I'm sure they did.
But yeah, Nusa Simons, Openda, that's just direct as hell, isn't it?
Is that, and Rico Man's no, Tyler, sorry, is right. To be fair, yeah, Leipzig didn't score against St. Pauli, so that is obviously,
Yeah,
not ideal. Neither's that comment.
just a slip of the tongue, that's all. And then we've got Wolfsburg playing Stuttgart. Again, a game that doesn't really jump out to me as like one-sided or should be really good, but Wolfsburg again are conceding goals like mad. So yeah, it could be good for Stuttgart after a pretty famous win against Dortmund last week. They could
Massive.
Really take that confidence into this game.
5-1, like that is a battering as well.
Yeah,
they'll be up for this, and then they'll play midweek, won't they?
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Mind you, Wolfsburg put a couple on Leverkusen, didn't they? It was 3-2. It was, yeah, they scored at least 2 or 3 because that's Svenberg. I really needed him not to score in Cap 200, and he scored for somebody else. And yeah, they definitely scored 2 or 3.
Oh, maybe watch out for this one.
4th,
and we've got the big game. We've got the big game in Germany. We've got Bayern versus Bayer, or Munich versus Leverkusen, to keep the tongue twisting out of it. Alfie is coming, or Fonzie, whatever you want to call him, is coming back into left back, and it looks like Rafi is going to move over to the right. Neuer's on 60%. This could be the banana skin situation. I don't know. The rest of the team kind of picks itself, I think, with availability.
Yeah, I can kind of see why Paulinho would come in maybe over Pavlovic in this type of game. With stronger. Leverkusen, yeah, a bit stronger in the tackle maybe, and yeah, I don't know. I can kind of see why that works, but yeah, the front 4 is just ridiculous right now. Elise is just fitted in like a glove, hasn't he?
Yeah, you wouldn't even know he wasn't playing there last year. It's just been seamless almost. Leverkusen have conceded like 13 goals this year. That doesn't really surprise me too much. They've kind of thrown caution to the wind when it comes to defending. It's all about just going out to go and win. No rotations expected for them. I think that's what you want to hear and see. If you've got a Grimaldo and you've got a Wirtz and a Boniface and a Frimpong and whatever else. So I was looking at this last night because somebody on the members has Bayern and Leverkusen stacks.
Ooh.
And we're looking at the scores and the player scores from last season. They drew 0-0 and 2 each or something like that, maybe.
2-2, yeah, 2-2.
Both teams can have good scoring players, no matter what the result, really. So I think, again, if you are going to be leaning into this, you really need to be careful on the full stack and maybe just take the player you're the most confident in and try and surround them with some other pieces that are a bit safer, perhaps. Because there will be bookings, there will be goals conceded, there will be some guys that get subbed off at 60 minutes and whatever, because both will play Champions League again in the midweek. So Leverkusen have more of that to contend with maybe than Bayern. Bayern's squad's a bit thinner at the moment. But should be a tasty one. And if it comes to Champ Euro, it's just 2 huge stacks clashing off each other, where it won't just be a Bayern stack, a Leverkusen stack. That will be like Grimaldo and Kane, or some things like that might pop off.
Yeah, Bundesliga's open, I think, in a way, outside of maybe if Leipzig don't score like they kind of haven't been, and Friday night curse comes for Dortmund, like it is actually fully wide open at that point, right? If Dortmund doesn't pop off tonight, which is not likely, like they should pop off. Bundesliga comp, never mind champ is wide open. Wow, good start.
Palacios loves playing against Bayern. Loves scored a penalty against Bayern as well. And yeah, Brones with some insight there on the old Wirtz versus Palfinha.
Definitely.
And then we come on hosting Kiel, home to Frankfurt. This is the Kiel team. Again, nothing really jumps out at me here. And Frankfurt, who did really well midweek. I won a bit of rivals action with them last night. They made some changes midweek, and it looks like Larson will come back in, Chaibe will come back in, and I think that otherwise this was the same team that did play midweek.
Yeah, I think TK smashed, isn't he? Mamouche, I don't think did, but yeah, they definitely. Mamouche has been ridiculous in the Bundesliga, hasn't he? So yeah, that stack, if you play that alongside one of the other lads in midfield, maybe could be quite fruitful, couldn't it?
Yeah, I really like this Dortmund. As Frankfurt kind of. We've said it before, but Mamouche, TK, Chaibe, big fan of that. Christensen got a decisive as well last night.
Yeah, he smashed, didn't he? I think he smashed on the weekend, or he's been he's been scoring pretty well.
Yeah, so it's one of those ones where they moved from Salzburg and everyone's like, "Oh, he's going to die," and he went to Leeds. Did kind of die, but Germany's where he should have moved to.
Yeah, it feels like I think the Austrian league is quite similar in that sense. Especially for right backs and wing backs.
Yeah, physicality and the environment of all. Yeah. Hoffenheim at home to Bremen. Again, Hoffenheim have definitely been fan favourites in the Sorare sphere this season so far. No Kramaric is what is here on screen. But otherwise, Tom Bischoff is on to start at 90%. We've got the usual wing backs. We've got Berisha and Holzik in attack. Grealish in midfield.
Yeah, I've held my 1 of 100 Bischoff for absolutely ages. And I don't think I've ever been able to use him. And I think he scored. Did you see his score midweek? They played Midtjylland away, I think, in one of the obviously European comps, and he scored like nearly 30 AA. So nice. and I think he started the weekend before. So yeah, I don't know what's caused him to get into the side, because obviously it's been Grealish. I can't remember who the other is. It Dennis Geiger normally plays there. I don't know, but yeah, if he's fit and firing, that could be a really nice, not only Bundesliga play, but under 23 play.
Yeah,
he's cheap as well.
Is Holzik still under 23?
I believe he is, yeah.
Yeah, there's a wee bit of something going on there then. That's cool. And then they're playing Bremen, who, they've just kind of been themselves over the last little while since losing Füllkrug. They've got Dux up top. Marco Gruhl, we know him from Challenger as well, or Contender, sorry, I should say. Nicholas Stark, one of my old favourites. He's back in the team doing pretty well. Zetterer in goals. And that's the Bundesliga. We'll have a quick pop through France. I don't think there'll be as much meat on the bones for us to wrestle with here, but here's Auxerre at home to Brestois. Some actually fun players in this team. Donovan Leon, I know, is a bit of a favourite in the community. Kiana Hoover, Hamad Traore, if I can say that without twisting my tongue up. And then Brestois, a Jork in attack, Simon Favre in support. Mehdi Camara bossing it, Kenny Lala. Remember we were speaking about him last week. Yeah, decent game. The big one, but PSG are at home to Rennes. And normally PSG are the smash team in France. They probably do smash Rennes, but Rennes are as good an opponent as you could hope if you're a neutral that PSG come up against. So Barcola, Muani, and Dembele looks to be the front three. Ruiz, it says snow for Neves. I didn't know Neves was snow in French or whatever this is translated from. But there you go. Zaire Emery in midfield. The back four has been kind of picking itself. It says here Donnarumma is on to play, but I'm quite sure.
Yeah, he's not in the squad. He's definitely not in the squad.
I'm quite sure I've already seen the squad.
Yeah.
It's Safanov and Arnau. So
100%.
yeah, that's not. It's Safanov, I think. So
100%.
And then they're playing Laird's team. Let's see. Wu, Ostergaard, and Saidu in defence. Truffier and Assignon on the wings. Matsuia, Baptiste Santa Maria in the engine room. Blaz and Gronbeck supporting Callum. I can't say his full name, but yeah. This gives me like PSG Lille vibes, and like this will be like 2 each, 3-2. This will be end to end goals for both. I think
definitely 100%. There's firepower in that Rennes team, so I wouldn't write him off. Especially Donnarumma. We know Savanov's a very good keeper, but like he's not Donnarumma, and I don't know. I think they could leak a couple of goals here. I think they play tonight. Is that right?
27th at 8 o'clock. Yeah, maybe 27th is today. Yes, so there's 2 France games on Friday. Auxerre Brest at 6, PSG Rennes at 8.
Yeah, interesting.
And then Lens versus Nice. Both the teams that qualified for Europe last season. Aguilar, Thomason, Zaruri, Bryce Samba. Some key players in.
Yeah, I'm rooting obviously for the Nice boys. This is not updated because I think I mentioned to you, I think Bard's out for a couple of weeks. Tanguy and Dombele's out. Cho was out midweek and probably is still uncertain. The rest, probably play. Just from the press conference this morning.
So do they have good backups for these spots, or are they kind of screwed?
Yeah, because Tanguy and Dombele was playing centre mid with another guy called like Budani or something, and he's like training again. And the manager said like, we don't know if he's going to play this weekend, so maybe he just comes straight in for him. And Dombele's uncertain; he's not out, but Bard's definitely out. I think there's a guy called Ali Abdi or something. I think he was playing in France last season in the second division. I think he would slot in at left wing back. And then Budani. There's like 2 players. I can't really differentiate their names, but Diop good. Yeah, Diop might start as well. But this Budani guy, that's 40%. He's really good. He started midweek. So.
And then we have Le Havre at home to Lille. This is the Le Havre team. And Lille probably should rinse them. Lille looking full strength again. Both the Andres in the engine room. And then behind Hangel. Andre Gomez.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's like a Venn diagram. The Gomez Andre Venn diagram.
Cabey and Segovia out wide. Munayer, Backer. This is a good team, top to bottom. This should be a good win for Lille. Hopefully Joe David smashes a hat-trick for anyone that's got him. Feels like one of those games.
It does feel like a Joe David brace or so, doesn't it?
Yeah. Monaco at home to Montpellier, and Harry doing the gallery reviews, I think, on Monday. Mm-hmm. Like the whole Monaco back four is 80 capable these days. Like the whole back four can smash like every one of them.
Even like I rinse him because I used to own him. Teze scored like 90 last week. So they've even got subs that are doing big scores.
Zakaria and Kamara in front of them. Ben Seger, Golovin, Minamino. Minamino's here. Somebody was talking about him earlier. I can't remember what the update is. And then
that Lamine Kamara kid's like supposed to be like the real deal. I think Genesis speaks highly of him as well. I've seen on Twitter I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's been taking a couple set pieces, but I know Golovin's there, so maybe that's a bit of like early start of the season stuff, whilst Golovin was sort of coming back from injury and whatever. But yeah, he's supposed to be really, really good.
Nice. So if Genesis likes him, he's definitely a guy to watch out for. And then we've got Montpellier, the Teji team. That's kind of what it looks like as I look at it now. Teji double decisive last weekend.
I saw, he scored well, didn't he? I did see that. Nordin can smash as well on his day. Oh no, Nordin. Koulibaly, they're okay.
The Celtic press conference is out at 2:00. That's fucking brilliant. Makes a change. So Teddy was in my 0 to hero. So we won 2 boxes. The box luck was really good. So make sure he's watched that after the deadline show. We'll be taken straight there to the 0 to hero, where we do a card giveaway every week on the channel, as well as some scouting for some budget players, as well as picking some guys and all the rest of it. And Teddy was our 0 for champion. Double decisive, smashed it out. So if you want to get involved in the card giveaway, that'll be at the end of the deadline show. But yeah, managing an issue with his big toe, he's saying, playing through the game by game basis for Cameron Carter-Vickers. And then we have Toulouse at home to Olympic Lyon. The Toulouse team, nothing really jumps out. There's Mark McKenzie, Nicolaisen, Sidibe in defence. Nobody else really. Restes. I've seen Restes had a bit of a link to Barca, like before they got Chesney, which is interesting that he's on the radar now. Maybe somebody will come for him. And then Gobo, King, and Babika in attack. And they're playing Lyon. It doesn't look like Cherky's going to retain his place, sadly.
Scored 2 goals in 2 games, and he's still on the duty.
Yeah, ridiculous, man.
Did you see his? He did like a speech in the dressing room. I think he put it on he put it on one of his socials. Like it was sort of like post, I've just signed my new deal. Like I really want to be part of this team speech, but like he's basically like crying in it. He's like really emotional. He's been there for years, hasn't he? He's been there since a kid and whatever. And I think Cherky season might be catching a bit of wind.
Well, let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. It's hard to see where he fits into this shape, but if you're starting Lacazette and Mikitouadze up there, like,
yeah. But I guess why they've gone. No, he's not playing out wide. And ideally, if he was playing at home, they wouldn't go Tolisso, Veretout, and Nemanja Matic, right? You'd hope he gets like in front of one of those as like the 10. But yeah, you're right. He's not going to get in this type of formation, is he really?
Nah. Maitland-Niles on the right, Cherky at 30% behind him is the alteration there as such. So yeah, watch out for that. Angers Ream, don't think there's going to be much here to chew on. So here, Bamba Dieng in attack. Fofana in goals. Ream, Teddy Twema, Nakamura, and Ito. Seen them quite a lot this season. Diouf, Buta, some other guys that are decent.
First time this season, Quinny, I'm loading up Nakamura and Ito in the same lineup.
Going for it against Angers. Yeah.
They had a double decisive a couple of weeks ago, which I didn't, unfortunately, take advantage of. So hopefully, they replay that.
This is the Nantes team. Good luck, mate, on that. Wish you all the best, of course. You love your France football these days, eh? You know.
Yeah, I'm sort of stuck into. Well, yeah, just because you can't play them anywhere else than Champ, right? I kind of like that element of it.
Nantes team is on screen, and then the Saint Etienne team on screen. And then the next game we've got is the one, as the chat's kind of talking about here. We've got Marseille. Højbjerg is on to start. Kondogbia is here. Somebody was mentioning something about Rabiot, but so I want to go and find...
Yeah, what was that?
De Zerbi confirms Rabiot's place in Marseille's clash. So Rabiot...
starting, basically, yeah.
It won't be over Højbjerg, you think, yeah?
Well, you wouldn't think so, would you? Probably Kondogbia, right?
I'd think so. Is there any notes on it? Coney has no chance to play left back.
It's just confirming he's available.
Got you.
Yeah.
He's just going to be in the squad. Fair enough. And this is a Strasbourg team. Andre Santos is there. I've seen people asking about that earlier. Back was still there, of course. Emega in attack. Dewey, Moreira.
Did you see Andre Santos has cards now, Quinny?
I didn't.
Mate, his scores, by the way.
Yeah, very good.
The real deal.
Are they bundles, Strasbourg now?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't think so, honestly. I think it's just Serie A, isn't it, bundle? Yeah.
It's just with some of those funny French teams, I've always just, I don't know, it's maybe Lons. I'm not, maybe I'm just getting confused, but I thought there was one of those funny French teams that was PAX, but maybe...
You are right, yeah. They definitely used to, didn't they? 100%.
This could be one of the big games in Champ. We've got Milan at home to Lecce. Really, I don't think you could make any changes to this. Gabriel, of course, is not optimal, but you're not picking him. You're looking at Tio, aren't you? Maybe Tomori, Pulisic, but Tammy Abraham and Morata, 2 tap-in merchants, up in attack there, being supported by Pulisic, Reinders and Leao. at home after a decent. That was our first derby win in 3 years, 5 years, wasn't it?
Wow, really? Yeah, I can't imagine Inter have been on top, haven't they, for a little while? So fair play.
Yeah, so they'll be buzzing. And they're playing Lecce. Ante Rebic, former AC Milan guy, he's going to score, isn't he?
Yeah. They've got a few
Otherwise,
decent players, Dorgu. That's about
yeah.
it.
Wee Ramadani's not bad, I think. And Falcone,
Yeah,
the goalkeeper, could be handy. And we've got Udinese at home to Inter. Brenner still living his best life in Serie A alongside Tovan and Ekelenkamp. Bijol, I've seen this guy linked around a few places in the windows. Isaac Toure, I'm sure, has been an SO5 hero in the past. And Maduka Okoye, of course, we all know and love. And then they're playing Inter. This is the Inter team on screen. Some rotations. They'll be playing Champions League again, of course. Fratesi in for Zielinski, Darmian in for Dumfries.
I don't think this is easy. I know Udinese haven't been good over the years, but like with Thauvin and they've got a few serious players that can pose a bit of a threat, to that Inter side.
AC Milan's Friday night as well.
Oh wow, there's a lot of Friday night action in Champ.
Milan, PSG, Dortmund.
That is massive. Like
all the big 5 leagues helping their Champions League teams out, eh?
Well, yeah, preferential treatment there, right?
Yeah. Then we get Genoa at home to Juve. This is a Genoa team. Yeah, nothing really jumps out at me on this one. And the Juve team should be basically confirmed, according to the chat we had earlier. So this is the Juve team that will be playing tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Motta must play SO5. If he's confirming team. Well, like, what other coaches confirming the whole 11?
Yeah, fair. That's maybe why he changes goalkeepers as well, so that no other stacks can overtake him.
He's got the most XP.
That's it. Why no Dougie? I'm not too sure. Not too sure, mate. Why no Dougie? Maybe rotation. Then we have Bologna at home to Atalanta. This is the Bologna team. Urbanski in ahead of Fabian. Was it you that was asking me about Fabian, or was it somebody else?
No, it definitely wasn't me. I don't know who that is, to be fair.
He's like a little young kid that came through their ranks.
Wow.
That kind of filled in for Lewis Ferguson when he got injured. He looks really good, but he's not been consistently starting, and it doesn't look like he's starting this game, of course. But yeah, there's a team for Bologna. Looks pretty decent enough. Abasher and Fruller, Posh. All the guys from the Euros are in. And Doy.
I remember you saying last week that you were like, I don't need to worry about this Skorupski rotation. Didn't he get rotated out that weekend?
I did get a Skorupski rotation at some point. Yeah.
Was that a random one? Like, I swear that hasn't happened for a while with him.
It was somewhat random. I think the team was dead anyway, but for me, yeah, it was. It was last weekend. It was on the bench.
Just random how we spoke about it, like,
yeah.
We brought it up. But...
So yeah, hopefully that's So it was like he played Champions League, did really well, and I was like, yeah, definitely don't need to worry about this anymore. But he got the Champions League rest afterwards, So
it's a killer. Isn't it?
That's why Rico Man bought his card. That's why it happened.
That explains it. Yeah.
For God's sake, Rico Man, you need to put that memo out.
No, at least tell us. Like...
I know, man. And then this is the Atalanta team, who should be punching quite hard. This is a strong lineup, isn't it? I don't think they really rotate Atalanta. They're quite a play their best team every week kind of set up for the large part. Some guys are kind of eekies, who you think's better or not. But
Lookman's probably the player, isn't he? I think he missed a pen mine, didn't he, last week? I'm sure someone told me that. I could be imagining it, but CDK's gone quiet as well, Quinny, hasn't he?
Yeah. So punches and bunches kind of guy, CDK.
Weird,
He'll get a good L5, a good L10, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, and then he sells, and then...
Yeah, exactly. Then you sell that reward, and then he bombs.
Yeah.
And then we've got Torino at home at Lazio. The Torino team's going pretty solid this year already. They've been quite hard to turn over. I don't think they've been that prolific in attack. Shea Adams got his first goal midweek, I think. Maybe last weekend, but I've definitely seen the post from Torino saying that's his first goal in. Yeah, decent outfit. Lazio, again, decent outfit. Nothing too crazy here. Isaacson looking to play over Chuana. So Laird has got a bit of a headache on who's going to play out those two. Ravella's in. Love to see that.
Yeah.
Tati's back from injury. Obviously, love to see that as well.
Yeah. What does that? Oh, Como. I tell you what, they've been pretty fun. My boy Stravezza, he took his goal so well. I don't know if you've seen. I only just saw the highlight, but he had this half volley, and I was just like, wow, this guy's really good.
Yeah, who was it they played? Atalanta. They
smoked them, didn't they? Like 3-1 or something.
That was a good one for them. I was going to say 2 each, but it might have been a victory for them. I thought it was a high score draw. Sergio Roberto, he did something amazing. I seen his highlight come out of the game.
He assisted Stravezza, a back heel.
Oh, of course, yeah, the back heel assist. That's what it was. So yeah, just by them. Perone, Man City kid in midfield as well.
Yeah, Nico Paz from Real Madrid. Wait till he gets cards. He could be unless he's got them already. Do we have Como cards?
No,
we don't think so.
I don't think so. And then they're playing Verona, Tengsted in attack, Harry's boy Lazovic on the left. The rest of this team is kind of no names to me, to be honest with you. So
yeah, same.
Roma Venezia. This is the Roma lineup. Yeah, not many changes, I think, from what we've seen since Juric, or whatever his name is, the Torino manager from last year, has came in. Pisili coming into midfield over Coney. I don't know if that's an injury thing or whatever. But yeah, they need to get their act together after a bad start. Obviously, they sacked their manager. And they're at home to Venezia, who again have got some SO5 heroes in their ranks. But you don't think they're going to give Roma much bother. Did they? Love it.
Yeah, he got a goal last week, I think. Yeah, but not much of a threat are they to Roma? You'd hope not, but
I don't think so. Especially Roma at home. It should be a good one for them. It's all about business now. There's no like taking things lightly because they're on good form. They're on stinking form, so they need to win yesterday. Empoli's team is on screen here. We've got the decisive machine Ismaili at centre back, Liam Henderson, Giasse Esposito, Lorenzo Colombo. Some handy wee individuals here without it being a great team. Is that Sol back in? It is. They've got Sol back in their team, so watch out for him. Could be okay eventually. And they are playing Fiorentina. And the Fiorentina team has De Gea in it, has Mandragora in midfield, Gudmundsson, Keane, Gossens and Dodo, Quattro, of course, my guy. It's a fun Fiorentina team.
Yeah, they definitely got something to them, don't they? Gudmundsson and Gossens, Dodo. There's a few punchy, your boy Quattro. There's a punchy boys in there.
Yeah, I like that. Surprised that Ranieri isn't getting in ahead of this Camozo. This Camozo has been playing quite a bit, but so he's maybe a talent to watch out for. Pongracic, I think, has an injury or something.
Yeah.
Napoli at home to Monza.
They played yesterday, I believe, right? I think they played yesterday. Smashed somebody.
McTominay living his best life.
Yeah, kissing the badge, wasn't he?
Aye.
Yeah. He's loving it.
So, strong team. Capril in goals for the injured Mary. That feels like a Harry. Was he your card?
Nah, somebody won him though, didn't they? Or maybe I remember him being in maybe a trade that I was going to get, but I've never owned him. I can't remember who that would be then. No, I definitely haven't owned him.
No. And they're playing Monza. Team is on screen for you now. And then the last game is Serie A, and the last game we have in Champion Euro is Parma Cagliari. This is the Parma team. Not really much to write home about here. And Cagliari's team, Big Zion, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Champ Europe takes some time, doesn't it, these days, Quinny? Hour and a half.
It does. Now, I think what we should have a wee scout through here is like the main kind of games we've got in Challenger. We've got the Eredivisie special, of course. We've seen PSV were quite high on the matchups tab against Willem II. Here's the PSV team. Mauro Jr. back in the fold.
Yeah, he started left back last week, or maybe right back, sorry, and come off for Karsdorp. So yeah, I don't know who actually gets the nod, but it's out of those two.
Dams, whoever that guy is as well, he's in the picture.
Yeah, young kid.
And Willem II, CC Sandra, they could maybe do something okay, but they're probably going to get smashed, aren't they?
Probably, yeah. I got really unlucky last week when I had a Willem II defensive stack, 2 own goals and a penalty.
Ouch.
And Cesar Sandra scored 2 goals and got a handball against him. So 3 decisives,
oh, wow.
but 2 positive.
Charlie Dunbar with a wee bit of a Sociedad update for us there.
Mm.
And Ross, yeah, I think we're both on Discord. I personally hate Discord, and I only check on it like once a week or something. But yeah, if you look at anyone's Sorare page, if they're on Discord, their Sorare account's normally linked to it. If you're looking to find someone for DMs and whatnot. Feyenoord, I've seen Mickey Basson saying it's Ayase Ueda season. He could be one of the most prolific forwards this weekend in this competition, you would think, away to NEC.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. With Jimenez out for 3 months, I think it is.
Yeah. Otherwise, team looks fine. Midfield has definitely been down levels over the last 2 seasons, but hasn't it? No Kokchu, no Zaruki, Weafer. Yeah, like not quite the same as what it once was. And then who else? Twente, they were up there after getting a good result against Man United. This is the team they're looking to play. And there's Breda, who they're against.
Decent fixture for Twente, that.
Yeah. And then Ajax away to Walwick. This is a Walwick team quickly, if any are after it. But Ajax, I think I seen this Fitz Jim linked to someone yesterday. A transfer maybe or something.
Yesterday as well.
Is that what it was?
Scored really well, yeah.
Against Frankfurt, wasn't it?
Yeah, whoever they played. Besiktas. They played Besiktas yesterday.
Besiktas, yeah. I think it was a foreign post. And I didn't translate it. So if he smashed, that's what I did see, but I didn't
think he must have got a goal. I don't know, though.
Yeah. Bertrand Traore, Broby, and Akpom supporting him. Kenneth Taylor and Jordan Henderson behind. Yeah, it's a really good Bayern team. Ajax team again. Bayern.
Yeah.
Freudian slip. And a bit of a top of the table clash. AZ versus, I say top of the table, but like 2 strong teams. AZ against Utrecht. This is the AZ team. If anyone that's after it. Usual suspects are all there.
Did they play midweek, AZ? Yeah, they did. They played like somebody in, is it Elfsborg or something? I don't know how to pronounce it. Probably Elfsborg or whoever. Yeah, and they went. I think they went 1-0 down. They ended up winning, I think 3-2 in the end, but they conceded a couple unexpectedly.
And there's the Utrecht team for anyone that would be after it. We'll have a quick peek into Portugal because there's only 3 teams to look at there. We've got Sporting Lisbon, who Rico Man thinks is going to rotate, but we've got De Bast, Ignacio, and Matthew Kings. I don't know if that's translated.
Yeah, who is that? That's is that Reese? Mateus Reese? Something maybe. Like that.
Yeah. Araujo, Hjomland, Morita, and the Giovanni guy across the 3 there. Conrad Harder, that feels like a translation again. Jairakes and Trincao.
He's some like Norwegian kid. I think that is actually his name.
Oh, is it?
Or Danish kid. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I've got that one right. He's either Danish or Norwegian. Sorry.
Everyone's saying it's Reese in the chat.
Yeah.
We're thinking Asio's on. That's cool. Benfica at home. Akatoglu's hit the ground running over there, hasn't he?
He's been impressive, hasn't he? Him and Kochu have got a nice little Turkish connection going on there, big time.
The bromance is real. Arunes has started at left back his Benfica career. He now finds himself support striker to Pavlidis. Must be a good football player.
He's like a good player. Mr. Utility, isn't he? He can play literally anywhere on the field, I think.
I'll see if it does his SO5 scores any good.
Yeah, he's a bit up and down. He can peak, but you just can't really predict when that's going to happen, I think.
And then we've got Porto, with Amorodon in attack, your boy supporting him, Galeno and Pepe out wide. The rest of the team's been quite consistent, I think, this season. Maybe not the left back, but...
The striker, Quinny's done really well.
Yeah.
He's like Gaikre's number, sort of regen in that sense for Porto. Like, no Taremi obviously has gone, Evan Nielsen. Like, this guy, Samu's looked really sharp.
It's the same sort of thing as like... who else was I thinking of just now? But Portugal get, or these teams when they sign, maybe Gyökeres is the best example, but these guys that are like champion Euro level, but not yet, because that Amorodon, everyone's been mad for him. Physically, you can see why. He's huge, he's fast, he's powerful. But Alaves, like how many goals you're going to get there a season? Goes to Atleti, they want to keep him, but like you're not getting ahead of Sorloth and Alvarez and Griezmann and stuff. So when you take that kind of little not quite a total step back. It's a kind of horizontal, kind of half step back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then if they're good, they'll show it, and he is doing it.
It's just game time, isn't it? That's the biggest thing. Like he's just able to get serious game time in a fine enough league compared to La Liga. Yeah, he's
Chelsea almost spent big money on him as well.
I was going to say, yeah, he's got a Prem move on the horizon quite comfortably, hasn't he, in the next year or so, probably.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will be back in for him because they love Wonder Kids. We'll put Midgetland on screen, so I know we'll let you guys have some of those cards. Kevin and Babu.
Yeah,
you should do great. You should do great there.
I'm not a big fan. He's scored okay recently. I'm only saying this because Laird bought the super rare, and I've been giving him a bit of shit for it. But yeah, he's done okay. He's done fine.
Jumping into Turkey quickly, here's the Galatasaray team. Osman in ahead of Icardi. No Mertens here, by the way. 50-50 with him and Icardi, so that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's been changed. That was Mertens in favour, but I guess they want to try and fit Icardi and Osman in somehow. So yeah, I guess Mertens might be the one that misses out.
Yeah. Salai or Akgun are kind of 50-50. It's 55-45, so watch out for that also. Who else do we have? Trabzonspor at home to Konyaspor. This is the Trabzonspor team. If anyone's after any of these guys, Mohamed Cham in the 10, Visca and Orsic out wide. Banza in attack, whoever that is. Fenerbahce away to Antalyaspor. This is the Fenerbahce team. Really strong looking, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really strong.
They play midweek, Fener.
They rotated them mad, mate. Dzeko and fucking Tadic didn't start.
Yeah, I know. I was a bit shocked at that.
So
apparently, Al Nassiri was shocking. Someone said in my Discord.
Oh, really?
Like he's just playing really bad. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen it myself, but
ouch. And then we should have Besiktas somewhere off right at the bottom. Besiktas have all the stars played. Not too sure about this kid, but he's in. But Gedson, Rafa, Rashika, Mario, Immobile. That's a power stack there, isn't it? If you can get Immobile on a hat trick.
There's some serious SO5 potential in that 5.
And then Brazil, probably not anything to jump into. Belgium. Do we have any good Belgium games, or we just look at the kind of prominent teams, or where are we at? We can probably have a quick flick through.
Yeah, you can just quick through. Quick smash through. They play tonight as well, by the way, Bruges.
Oh, another Friday night. Bruges away to Charleroi. This Bruges team just looks very meh to me.
Yeah, it's just going through the motions, I think. There's still some good cards in there, but yeah, it's not as like amazing as it kind of has been with like Noosa and stuff. Like Cialis has been fine. Like he hasn't set the world alight. Scovolson's always injured, but can really peak. I don't know. Yeah, they're not as exciting as they used to be, I wouldn't say, for sure.
This is a Charleroi team, in case any have got in those guys. Genk at home to Mechelen. This is the Genk team. Stoikers is on. Yeah, nothing else to really.
They're my stack for the weekend, I think, Genk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A couple of nice home games they've had.
Ahmed Tuba back in town. This Pafilke guy scores well. Yeah. Standard Liège at home to Westerlo.
Liège.
Price and O'Neill.
Unbelievable, haven't they? Clean sheets and Polo's been the man.
It has been a Polo season all season. Bosco Satalo.
He's been great. Scored really well.
Westerlo, Vuskovic, she's the other young kid to watch out for in defence in this division. Brian Reynolds. Yeah.
I bought myself a 1 of 100 Alfie Devine yesterday, Quinny, on auction.
Oh, nice.
They've got him and Vuskovic on loan from Spurs, Westerlo. So yeah, quite happy about that. I think Jay Fraz mentioned in the chat. I'm not going to play him. I don't think Jay Fraz, just because I do have quite a few other options. But it looks like he's going to play. He started last game, did pretty well.
This is the Anderlecht team. Dozy. I thought he would do really good there. I don't know how much he's played yet, but I think he could do good if he fulfills his potential. Stroikens and Dreyer in support of him. Dahlberg in attack against Dender. Antwerp to home at Beerschot.
Antwerp's the fixture. If the game doesn't get postponed, apparently Beerschot are gonna riot basically, like the fans. So
Wow.
Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. USG against Kortrijk.
Have you seen Kevin McAllister's been sent off now, like in the league, and then he got sent off last night as well in the Conference League or Europa League.
I definitely missed that, but that's an Argentinian defender for you.
Yeah.
Ghent look okay. I'm not really convinced they've got many goals in this team. Not knowing the players, obviously, but from what they used to have. And this is the Leuven team.
Yeah, they've been doing okay.
And then Cercle Bruges, St. Truden. Cercle Bruges on screen. Big Denke living his best life. And St. Truden. Joachima Fujita. Leo Kukubo. Decent.
Yeah, decent enough.
In terms of MLS, is there anything in particular to have a peek at? I'm quite eager to rattle through it. So I've not even actually looked at Challenger or anything like that. Our contenders, sorry.
There's a few bits, I guess, but nothing crazy.
Let's have a quick look at some of the bigger teams. Kai Kamara's on to play this one. If you've got MLS cards, now's the time just to watch the screen. I'm just going to click through. Messi and Suarez are on to play against Charlotte. Redondo's in the team as well. Stiga Christov is back in town again, Harry boy.
Yeah, he might get a look in. We'll see.
New York derby, Red Bulls versus City. I heard you and Gator Guy before coming on tonight talking about how bad Van Azier is. That's one of the last things I think you said before I seen you come into the room.
Yeah. No Santi though, is it, for us?
Ooh, Forsberg 50%.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, I saw that early on in the week. I don't know. I don't know. Does he start after not starting at all?
Big game player for the big game. Santi Rodriguez is suspended for this one, so New York missing a key man. Otherwise, team kind of does pick itself, I suppose. Ojeda probably coming in to fill that spot.
Yeah.
Anything else? Really jump out?
Not really. Not in Chal.
Right, I want to spend 10 minutes clicking through some of these important ones here, and then we get deadline drama to sort out. So we've got Salzburg at home to Austria Vienna. This is the Salzburg team on screen. One Liverpool boy in the team. Team kind of does look familiar to what we've seen in weeks gone by. Austria Vienna fits in the hole. Wait, Maurice Malone. Dragovic. Can't believe he's still playing. And Rapid Vienna Lask. So again, two of the better teams playing against each other. Mamadou Sangare could score really well in a game like this. Lots of AA to be had. Lask's team is on screen here. George Bello, last from the past. Sturm Graz are playing against Blau-Weiss Linz. This could be one of the good ones. Bierif in attack, Kvaitshvili and Boving in support. No Prass anymore, obviously, but Sherpin in goals. Croatia, let's look at Dinamo and Co. So here's Dinamo. Baturina is in. New managers in town, or old new manager, whatever. So it could be a good one for them in this Zagreb derby. And then we do have Rijeka versus Hajduk, which probably takes some of the contender stacks out of it. So this is the Rijeka team.
I think it's first v second, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. And then Hajduk. You know there's going to be a Gattuso meme after this game, don't you?
100%.
And then I'm going to go to SPFL. So Aberdeen, the second team in the division. Nesbitt is on to start now. I don't think that was the case earlier. McGrath is there. Palaversa hasn't broke into the team yet. Clarkson isn't back to start yet. But I think the rest of the key players are kind of knowing their situation at this point. They're playing Dundee, before we run away from it. Simon Murray is in there to attack. Scott Tiffany is there also. John McCracken in goals. Portales at the back. Hearts have just sacked their manager, so maybe they get a kind of a wee bit of a bounce back from that. Shankland might get some goals. Boateng's been eating up AA. this season for Hearts. We expect that to continue. Vargas and Grant, Beningame, Spittle. Like Hearts, like Ross County have been putting up a good fight this year. Like they're going to struggle against relegation. They're away from home. They are going to play, like this is going to be like 5-4-1 situation or 5-5, you know, like, and maybe try and counter attack. So it could be a really good one for Hearts if they can keep the clean sheet and get the goal. Craig Gordon preferred to start over Xander Clark in goals. Don't know if I want to do the whole Scottish League, but here's Kelly Dundee United quickly, because Kelly normally pretty decent at home, and I know they're a good budget pick for some of the guys out there. This is a Dundee United team. Motherwell St Mirren, kind of the same again. I think some people have got some players in here. Lennon Miller's there for the guys. Oxborough's there. Paul McGinn is there. St Mirren, Olasanya starts. O'Hara's there. Boyd Munce is there also. Oh, by the way, this reminds me, Richard Taylor, I've got 2 cards donated to the stream to give away. So guys, if you're here watching us live, we've got 2 cards to give away. One of them is a Richard Taylor. I think it's a rare, in fact, by the way. We're at 128 likes, guys. Thank you very much for all your support on the show today. But if we could get that to 150 likes, we'll do the giveaway. Rapid, we'll get that done as well. Balacom is in goals as well. Celtic St Johnstone. St Johnstone have sacked their manager. Don't think they've got a new one appointed just yet. So really, who knows how they're going to shape up and how they're going to do. They are probably going to get rinsed. I've got Adam Ida on to start. It looks like McBride is in the same frame of mind as me. Trusty in for the injured Carter Vickers. The rest of the team does kind of pick itself. Alistair Johnson is fine to play by all accounts. And then we've got the Rangers. I was about to say something I shouldn't say online. They got a pretty good victory against Malmo. They've scored in the first minute. I think it finished 1-0. But their confidence will be high, obviously. Cherny, Bajrami, Dessers should be pouring out decisives now if they can get their confidence up. Tavernier, again, just rinses all-around score. And they're at home to Hibs, who have a Celtic player in their ranks, Quan, who is on loan. You know, so maybe there's a wee something that could happen here. Bursic in goals. I would be expecting him to concede 3 this week, sadly, for all the Bursic holders.
I've only got 2.
Would very much prefer to see the Rocky over Trusty. Yeah, kind of me too, but that's not going to happen after we just spent 6 million on Trusty. Bob Flynn, fist bump, my man. Good to see you. And Cherky is back on Sorare Inside. Interesting. Love the homies chat, Harry. I was a big fan.
I appreciate that. Bob.
So yeah, I think, guys, we're at 15 minutes to go to the deadline. I'm not sure how much deadline drama I actually have. Oh, Laird says 150 likes and he will add in a Chukwueze in-season limited. Woo!
Wow.
Laird, thanks for the generosity, my man. Really appreciate that. And Ross has said kind of what I was going to say, but I don't say current, I say cream, because I just think it sounds better, like in terms of the Cockney rhyming slang of it all. I don't know why people say current. I think cream is way better, but anyway. So yeah, Laird, thanks very much for the generosity, my man. And I'm always there to invite myself on to any show you want me to. So, so thanks very much, mate, for the support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we're at 144 likes. Now let me go and show you guys what I actually did get donated to the channel for the giveaway. Because it was 2 cards, and I know one of them was a Taylor. And it was... And we want to give this away before the deadline. So we've got a rare Richard Taylor and we've got a limited Radicadra. So we're going to give away both of them right now. Yeah, basically. So yeah, everyone's loving Laird. Make sure you catch Laird, obviously, later on today. But at 190, a few of these have went away. I don't know why. 2 or 3 of these have left. You just don't want to give away. I don't know. But we're at 145 likes, guys. We can get that to 150. Laird is going to boost that up. Well, an in-season Chukwueze. Got to love that, mate. Harry boy, do you want to show us your screen what you've got rocking and rolling?
Yeah, I'm trying to just fiddle things around now on Sorare data before I export the lineups. But yeah, my debut in D1 champions season this weekend. So after a little bit of success in D2 last week, so yeah, hopefully we can carry on there. But a couple of away fixtures, I'm a bit skeptical. Challenger in season, super rare, just a bit of a box getter, hopefully. Van Gassel's not going to play, so this is just a 4-man. Back in D1 in Challengers in season, which I'm really excited about. Got a little bit of a gang stack going on there. A few D2, D3 pieces, and then super rare with Bursic this weekend, who's probably going to concede a couple, so that lineup's probably going to be toast. But high hopes for the main lineup. But again, my goalkeepers just have honking matchups this weekend. First rare lineup, sorry, in under 23 looks good on paper. Yeah. Road to Glory is looking fun. I did bring in a couple of new forwards after Camille Negley sold this morning.
Any reason Vinny and Rodrigo are in Team B for under 23?
I just don't really, I just don't want to risk it being like a little 0-0 or something, and obviously no decisives for those two. And I just prefer the Simsia, Jankovic, good AA and better matchups for me. In that one. And then a couple of all-stars. I don't have any special cards. I couldn't play any special lineups. And then all-star with a couple of leftovers. And I am going to force my way into the Eredivisie special, which I'm not holding my hopes too high for, but we'll see what happens across the game week. But I'm excited for it. Lots of teams.
I was going to say, well done. Lots of builds on the go there.
24 teams. Am I missing? Well, Soriano probably doesn't play, so that line's probably dead, as is this one. So you're looking at maybe 22. Do need to do my training though. I'm gonna have a quick scan through Predictorfy and stuff just to see if there's any more news that we've maybe missed. Let's have a look.
Right, guys, we've hit 152 likes, so thanks to everyone that's supporting the show. Now, that means Laird is also going to chip into the giveaway and give away that Chuck Rueze. So, to get Laird's Chuck Rueze, I'm going to drop you a wee question right now. This is fastest finger first in the live chat. It is going to be a serial number, okay, of a card. So, I want the complete card serial number. I want you to tell me what Evander Laird won last weekend, or whenever it was. Ooh. I want that serial number. The first one in my chat to get that, Laird is going to send you a Chuck Rueze. Go.
I'm trying to think if I remember it.
Somebody said 45. It's a super rare. I want a serial number. I don't just want a number. I want a serial number.
Yeah.
And we'll look for the first right answer that comes in. There's a bunch of answers flying. The chat is popping off, guys. Love to see it. Get the likes in as well if you haven't done so already. Support the channel. If you don't know this already, Sorare own and control the internet. They know you're sitting watching this. They love the content that me and Harry do. And they think if you're sitting here watching it and you don't hit the like button, that's not on. And when they see that happens, you're going to get a DNP captain. You're going to open up a box and it's going to have level ups. And Sorare are going to say, tough. Next time, hit a like when you're on the show. So help you, help us get better luck in the RNG. Make sure you don't DNP your captain. And all is well. There was lots of number 8s coming in. The correct answer is 8 out of 10. But the very first serial number that I've got on screen is BR4. Congratulations to you, Monfrere. If you want to drop from this same YouTube account in the live chat what your Sorare club name is, Laird will send that Chuck Rueze over to you, I'm sure, post-haste through Web3 and through the cyberspace, through the internet and all that good stuff. But we do have 2 cards to give away that was donated to the channel a few days ago. And I'm going to do it as a bit of a pop quiz in the live chat for you guys before I double-check my deadline drama, as we've got 11 minutes left to go. The first card we've got to give away is a Richard Taylor rare. Not in season, I was going to say it was there. What I want to know for this is, again, it's fastest finger first in the live chat. Again, Boyson saying that he was first. I've got to go with what's first on my screen, mate, Boyson, and I've got the first 8 out of 10 being BR4. I've not got, just double checking in case I missed you. No, so it's on my screen, mate. I'm really sorry. Right, to win the Richard Taylor, what I want you to tell me is, okay, I finished 5th midweek in this Champion Euro. I won, according to Sorare data, what my score was, including the decimal points. So I'll expect to see 5 numbers with a decimal point in the middle. What was my score? What was my team's score? Bum, 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 bum. And the first one to get that in, we'll get the Richard Taylor sent over to you as well. Fire those numbers in. As quick as you can, guys. Get it going, get it going. There's a few right answers in right quick, by the way. It's going to be tough to see who was actually first. Keep it going, keep it going. Okay, the correct answer for this one was 391.55. So congratulations to anyone that got that right, to all of you that got it right. The first correct answer I've got is actually the second answer we had in, and that was Show Shix, who I actually know your club name, so I should be able to whip this over to you rapid. It is just Show Shix, isn't it? Show Shix. There's an S, isn't it? Or SC at the back. On both of them. Show Shix, or no? Show Shix. Double confirm your club name for me. I know it, but I thought it was crap. Right, Show Shix Taylor. I'm going to write that down. Show Shix. Let me know your club name, mate. BR4. Don't forget to get your club name into the live chat as well. Laird's maybe having a hard time finding it, or maybe he has found it. Let's play.sorare is what it is. Love that. Let's play.sorare. There we go. And then trade, add card, Taylor. Taylor. Send. Awesome. Now we've got unlimited to. Oh, do I need 2 FA on the go here? Yeah, do 2 seconds, guys. We're 8 minutes to the deadline. I just want to fire this out, so I can actually double check my own teams before we get to the deadline. I've got all my training lineups done, so I don't need to worry about, like last week, Harry. You'll remember we only went out with a few training lineups because I just absolutely screwed the pooch at the end. So that's all set and ready to go. I just need to double check some details. But thanks again to Ditchy Borough, who was the one that donated the cards for us as well. It might be Sorare Borough. I can't remember your live chat name. Sorry. How so quick that is unbelievable. I think some people know kind of where I'm going to get a question from, and maybe have the Sorare data page open. So I think some people get a little incline of where the questions come from. I know what I want to ask for the. Oh, I don't want you to see this page, but let's look at Harry's page. I know what I want to ask when you go and get the right answer.
There's a funny little like animation now, Quinny, when you put your training lineup in on Sorare. Have you seen it?
It's lovely, isn't it? There's a nice little audio thing that goes with it as well. It is really sweet. I didn't mean to mention it before, but I did forget. Okie doke. Right. All I want is one number, right? Easy peasy. This should be rapid fire, okay? And really anyone should be able to win this, right? To win, what card is it we've got here? To win this Red Acadra, right? All I want you to do, and I don't need any letters, I just want the number to be absolutely clear. And under 23 Super Rare this midweek, where did Harry finish? Just a number. Don't need the letters that would be associated with the position of the table, as it were. Just a number. Fire them out. Rapid fire style. Someone said 58. Harry, what do you think about that? Does that hurt you?
It does, I don't think there was 58 entry.
Boyson jumping in with 17. All right, let's jump all the way back. Oh, lots of answers are coming in. Score. I seen this come in before I even asked the question, so I tip my cap to you for the effort, mate. Well done. David, by the way, BR4, you are the next winner, but you've already won something, so I'm going to roll that over to the next entrant, which was Miguel Nuno Borges Vigo. Congratulations to you, my man. And I need you to tell me your club name from that same YouTube account, and we'll whip over that Red Acadra over to you post haste. Congratulations, mate. Thanks to everyone that supported the show today. We're at 161 likes. Absolutely love to see that. We are 6 minutes away from the deadline as Harry Boy is finishing his teams.
Yeah, I think I'm good to go. I'm just going to do one more scan. See if there's any more news. I don't think there is.
Sorare Vigo. Sorare Vigo, and it's a Benfica badge, which kind of matches in with your very Portuguese name. Cadra, love that, mate. Hope he serves you well. Thanks again to Ditchy Borough for supporting the channel with the giveaways and all the rest of it. Thanks again to Laird for his extreme, unprompted, generosity. Thanks very much, mate. It means a lot. And congratulations again to all the winners. Harry boy's looking good. Let's have a wee quick peek at my teams before. I've actually got a few boxes. I thought sometimes Harry would do run out of a bit of time. So I've got my rivals boxes from last night, and I thought if we had a wee bit of time, I'd open them to kill the time. But I don't think we've got that problem. I'm playing a lot of All-Star, Harry boy. I'm not playing my American guys in Challenger. I'm playing them all in All-Star. And then it means I can bring my leftovers from Champion and Celtic together again, just like it used to be in the good old days. You know what I mean? So I've got 3 All-Star entries. The 2 with the limited goalkeepers, if they win Essence and stuff like that, that's for giveaways for you guys. If they win a card or whatever as well, it'll be given away to you guys. So wish these teams all the best of luck. The rare All-Star is mine, but we're not giving anything away that does. So yeah, they look pretty handy. Good to go. For La Liga, my super rare team has fell all the way to Division 3. It only was ever in Division 2. But it's I'm going with Girona. I've got Pepe in the rare. I'm going with Braze. I don't care. I think he plays. So yeah, hopefully a bit of La Liga action, maybe getting to D1 and D2. And then the super rare stuff, guys, I deleted it about 3 or 4 times over. But I've ended up doing what me and Harry were talking about in the intro for my D1 team, where I'm just looking at individuals and just saying, hey, I think he's going to play. I think he'll get significant minutes. And there's a good chance of a decisive there. Sabitzer is debuting for the club in D1 alongside Captain Coop. Angelino can't do no wrong at the moment. And Nicolas Pepe, it feels like the fixture might fall out for him there, might just come into play. And we actually have, do you know what I love about this team now that I look at it? Is I've got a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Monday on this team. So I hope that's a good thing, maybe not a bad thing. Team 2 is fun. Cunha's playing Liverpool. Maybe that'll slow me down a bit, but let's hope it doesn't. And then Team 3, they get it right fucking up, crew. I'm going double forward just because they're in the bottom division. Mandanda's playing PSG, so I can't really put him anywhere else. And I've went with Christie in midfield. I think that's the only thing I would maybe change if I've got a bit of clarification elsewhere. And Kunku is going to play D1 champion for me with this Leipzig team that's not a Leipzig team.
Quinny, the lads are saying in chat the Sabitza's out. I just looked on. I didn't have
no! Deadline drama. Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed?
He's 20%. Marcel Sabitzer was absent from the meeting point at the football academy next to the stadium. It was possible that he is traveling to the place privately.
That is a boy. So I think I want to pull. I've just put Braze into this, but that's a bit of a hunch as well. Oh. Yeah, I think
lock someone in, Quinny, before I get really, really worried.
Let's put in.
They're bracing. Come on.
Now I'm going to put in Cunha.
Okay.
Double forward. I know he's going to play. He can get the 8 I need. And then for this lineup, I need to replace him with a forward. Timo.
We said you have to play him.
Yeah, so I think I put Timo in Team 3 because I don't think it's certain, is it? Or is it certain that Timo plays? Do we know he plays?
If Son's out, they literally don't have another winger because the other guy's out, Odebert. Yeah.
Yeah, Son is out, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Fuck it, we're doing it.
1 minute to go.
Thanks for the catch, guys. I fucking love you, by the way. Oh, we have a countdown timer somewhere.
Ooh.
Oh, I think it's when you're in the pages and stuff like that. But yeah, the Leipzig team that's not a Leipzig team, you've got to play Kang in somewhere because he's never projected to start, and sometimes he does. One team in Challenger, a bit of the New York Derby. Celtic, I'm going pretty hard, as I can, for only having one D1 team. But 2 in-season cards here going after Classic, because that's just the way we roll. And yeah, I've got a team in D3 that needs promoted. Laidlaw's probably not got a great game. And then Harry Boy, I thought about you when I built this team. All the guys have got a tough match, but they're all going to play, probably.
They're all decisive capable, you know. Even Burnaby, like, he's been unbelievable, hasn't he, recently? And that's like an 80+ Tanny game if he gets the clean sheet.
Somebody just said they think that Werner Son plays. Son not out, just questionable.
I mean, it's better than surely gets off the bench at least, Werner.
Yeah.
At worst, you know.
Yeah. We're in, guys. The deadline is in.
We're in. Wow.
I should have put Werner into team 3. That's going to bite me in the bum, isn't it? Anyway, doesn't matter. Spilled milk and all that. At least we saved the Sabitzer error. And we're all good to go. I don't know how I missed it. There was All-Star. You think you'd have went for it if you knew about it?
I think it was added pretty late. I remember somebody like it wasn't out as soon as the game week was open, I believe. And then somebody was like, where do we play our like our what is it, the Saudi cards, because they have games right now.
Yeah.
AFC or whatever. So yeah, I think it got added after that, but I could be wrong.
Fair enough. Now, guys, I don't actually have an outro screen on the stream. When I hit end stream, this should prompt you or take you straight to the 0 to Hero video where we're doing card giveaways. There's been some winners again today. Congratulations to all of them. And yeah, good luck to everyone this weekend. It's going to be a busy Friday. I think we'll all be playing Rivals tonight if you've not got teams involved and all that good stuff. But as ever, Harry Boy, an absolute pleasure, my man.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Yeah, glad we got that Sabitzer situation dealt with, and hopefully there's some nice prizes for you. Did you say you had a couple of boxes tonight, or was that Rivals?
I do have Rivals boxes sitting there already, and I think I won a box out of Underdog this midweek.
Okay. Yeah.
And I might just keep them all till Tuesday.
Fair enough. Yeah, I get it.
Just have a bit of a mad one on Tuesday, go mad for the boxes. Try and get some more from Rivals at the weekend and all that, you know.
100%. Yeah, I'm going to grind Rivals now from now until Monday, Tuesday. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Massive good luck to everyone at home as well, and good luck and go fuck.
Good luck and go fuck.